What's up guys, Drew Creel here. In this video, we are gonna take a look at XVive's new A58 wireless guitar system. And we're gonna find out if this is the way to go for you if you're trying to go cable free in 2025. So a little while ago, XVive sent me their U2 wireless system, and it's great. It works awesome. I've mainly been using it for practicing at home, but you can certainly use this on stage. Recently, I took the A58 out to a performance and was able to use this in rehearsal and on stage, and I had a great experience with this unit. There was no interruption, no interference, no latency problems, no weird sounds. I was really impressed with how this A58 setup performed. So I just want to talk about some of the features today, and then in a little bit we'll plug this thing into my Strat, and I'll show you how easy it is to get up and running with a setup like this. Now, to be honest with you, I've always been one of those guys that prefers cables because I know that my cable will work. But one of the things I've noticed is that to get like a higher end guitar cable, you're looking at between 50 to 60 to 70 bucks for a really nice guitar cable, and those can break and break down after a while. So I've gone through a lot of those over the years, buying really nice cables, buying all new cables. For the cable that goes from you to your pedal board or you to your amp, I honestly think having some kind of wireless setup would help you a lot for performances, especially if you have a high energy show. You're going to be moving around a lot, jumping around a lot, moving in circles. Having a wireless system can really make life a lot easier for you on stage, and that's something that I've actually been enjoying the last couple weeks as I've played a show with this setup, and I just had a great time. I felt a lot freer. I have an in-ear system that's also wireless, so I was able to actually kind of like move around on stage, communicate with the other musicians, and in my opinion, put on a much better show with a setup like this. Now, the U2 system is on a 2.4 gigahertz platform, which I think is pretty good for this kind of entry-level wireless setup. But what they've done with the A58 is give you a 5.8 gigahertz platform, which is more reliable. You've got faster data transfers. There's going to be less interference and interruption. There's higher reliability with that particular gigahertz in a wireless setup. And if you compare the A58 price-wise to what's on the market, they're literally half the price. This is a $150 setup. In my opinion, it's really robust. If you compare it to even an entry-level Shure system, you're looking at paying double the price. The Shure stuff starts right around $300. And then if you want like the high-end Shure wireless setup, you're looking at like a $1,300 setup, which is quite an investment. The only people that I think should buy a wireless system that expensive would be someone playing every day. But even if you play every day, maybe you play long cover sets, this is a great option for your everyday working musician. What I'll do now is just run through just kind of the basic features of the A58. There's less than 5 milliseconds of latency. You get 5 hours of battery life on a full charge. A full charge usually takes 2.5 hours to charge all the way, and then you're good for 5 hours. Okay, I've had to charge it only when I'm going beyond that 5-hour mark. So I can attest to the fact that the batteries in here do last a long time. If you ever need to replace the internal battery, you can do that with this device. That's something that they made. If for some reason the battery stops working in like one of these, I think you're just kind of toast. I think you might have to even throw it away. But with the A58, you can replace the internal battery, and I think that's awesome. In the A58, there's a 110 decibel signal to noise ratio. These things work with active and passive pickups, even if you play bass guitar, or you could probably use this on a keyboard setup if you wanted to. Maybe you're playing a keytar on stage. You could get a wireless setup like this, and it works really for any instrument that has a 1/4 inch output. The A58 comes with this cool carrying case here, and both of the pieces just fit nicely in there. You can put the charging cord on top, zip it up, and throw it in your gig bag. Doesn't take up very much space. Put this right next to your in-ears in one of the pockets, and you're good to go. You don't need to worry about a bunch of cables. The other thing that's cool about the A58 is you can actually run 6 sets of these on stage at a time. There are 6 different channels, so if you happen to be in a band where there's a lot of other musicians and you want to go wireless, you just set this up to the appropriate channel. Like I would be on channel 1, somebody else would be on channel 2, and so forth. And there's going to be no interference, and you can run a bunch of these at the same time, and I think that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do now is plug the A58 into my Strat, and we're going to play through the positive grid Spark that I have right over here. What you're going to do first is plug the A58 receiver into your first pedal on your pedal board, maybe your tuner. In this case, we're going to plug it directly into the positive grid Spark, and then I'm going to turn this thing on. And then you're going to plug the transmitter into the output jack of your guitar. And what I like about this form factor is if you have an output jack on the side of your guitar, like down here, the A58 has this kind of moving part here that just, it'll keep the system out of your way. And in this case, I'm using a Strat, so I'm just going to plug right into the output jack, and I'm going to turn this thing on. And automatically, the A58 is going to connect up to the receiver, and it's going to choose the best channel. So if there's a lot of other systems on stage, like in-ear monitoring systems or other wireless frequencies floating around the airwaves, this thing is going to automatically choose the best possible channel. So what I like about the A58 is you literally just take it out of the box, you turn the things on, you plug them in, and it works. There's no like firmware updating that you need to do. I didn't even have to charge it when I first opened it. It came charged, which was great, but I would recommend charging it before you use it, especially if you're going to play a gig. But I just think that that is awesome and very user-friendly. So there you go, guys. That is the A58 wireless system from XVive. I think this is a great option if you need something that's very affordable and very reliable for your gigging situation, band practice, practicing guitar on your own, in your house, your electric guitar. This is a great option, especially if you have like a positive grid Spark or a practice amp like me. I use this thing every day now when I practice, and it's just a breeze to use. So let me know, would this type of system work for your setup? Do you prefer cables? Let me know what kind of wireless systems you guys are using out there. I'd love to hear from you. Please like this video if you found this helpful. And if you're interested in buying one of these, I have some affiliate links in the description below to Amazon and Sweetwater. This thing is going for right around 149 bucks. It's a pretty awesome deal for a wireless setup. It's like the price of 2 or 3 cables these days. So I find that to be pretty convenient and affordable. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.